Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you are all are good. So, in today's class, we will study science subject. In science subject, from ninth standard, we will going to study about the chapter force and laws of motion. In the force of laws of motion, we are going to study topic types of force, Newton's laws of motion. Okay. So, students, from the picture, you can observe that a person is pushing an object, and here the what you can say what is force by observing the picture. Here, the person is pushing an object or pulling an object. So, force is defined as the push or pull of an object is called as force. The push or pull of an object is called as force. Example you can see in the above pictures: pushing the table, pulling the door, pushing the box, pulling the rope from the well. These all are the examples of the force. So force is the pull or push of an object is called as force. Okay. Next, we can discuss about the effects of force. First one, force can move a body at rest. Force can stop a moving body. Force can change the speed of a moving body. Force can change the direction of a moving body. Force can change the shape and size of the body. These all are the effects of the force. It can change the shape of the body, size of the body, etc. Next, we can discuss about the types of forces. There are two types of forces: balanced force and unbalanced force. In balanced force, the two applied forces are equal, but they are in opposite direction, and the net force is equals to 0. In balanced force, two forces will be equal, but they will be in opposite direction. In unbalanced force, the two forces will not be equal. They will be not equal. F1 is not equals to F2, but they will be in opposite direction. Here, any one of the force will be greater. So F1 is greater than F2. You can observe in the above picture examples: tug of war, seesaw. These all are the examples of the unbalanced forces. Okay. Next, we will study about the Newton's laws of motion. Newton's first law of motion. It states that an object remains in a state of rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. An object will be remain at rest or a uniform motion only unless an external force acts on it. This law is called as law of inertia also. Inertia is nothing but it is a natural tendency of an object to remain in a state or rest or in uniform motion. This is inertia. The examples for first law of motion can be seen in the above picture. An object at rest to remain at rest unless an external force acts on it. These are the examples of first law of motion. Golf ball on a tee is an example for first law of motion. Now let's discuss the relationship between inertia and mass. So, inertia is a natural tendency. The inertia of a body is measured by the magnitude of force required to change the state of the body. The force required to change the state of heavier body is more than the force required to change the state of a lighter body. This is because the mass of the heavier body is more than the mass of the lighter body. The mass of the heavier body is more than the mass of the lighter body. Next, Newton's second law of motion. Newton's second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied force in the direction of force. Here, the change of momentum of an object is proportional to the force. The change of momentum is directly proportional to the force. Momentum is nothing but it is the product of mass and velocity. This is Newton's second law of motion. As you can see that to push the or to pull the mass of 400 kg, we need more force than to push the mass of 40 kg. To push the mass of 400 kg, we need more force to push it. Then the force mass of 40 kg, we need less force. Means compared to 400 kg, we need less force. These are the examples of Newton's second law of motion. Newton's third law of motion states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Example: accelerating force of the bullet reaction, recoil force on the gun. You can see in the above pictures. These are all the examples of the Newton's third law of motion. So students, in today's class we have discussed about the force, Newton's laws of motion, what are the types of forces, and what the Newton's three laws of motion. So the remaining topic that about the force we can study in the further classes. So that's it for today's class. Thank you.